Okay, good morning, everyone. Happy July 4th. I am Alec Butner, lead meteorologist here at the Weather Service in Wakefield. Really, two big items to focus on today into tomorrow. Really, the biggest change of the entire forecast would be the thunderstorm threat for today, especially those northern portions of the area, roughly north of 64, north of Richmond, has been upgraded to an enhanced risk for severe weather as we get into this afternoon. But still dealing with the heat as well, area wide, still dealing with the widespread heat indices of likely 110 or higher for much, if not all, of the forecast area today. With the air temperatures again very similar to what we saw yesterday, upper 90s to lower 100s area wide. Maybe just a little bit, I guess, quote unquote, cooler for tomorrow, but still be seeing heat indices again in the kind of in that 105 range tomorrow as well. Again, really that big change is the severe weather threat for this afternoon. I would like to point out again that our radar is offline through the holiday weekend due to a significant mechanical issue. Should be people coming in to repair it by early next week, but we will be without it today and tomorrow. Please rely on the surrounding radars for your awareness. Back to that severe threat again, that upgrade to enhanced for areas north of Richmond, and then the slight risk extends for pretty much the entire forecast area, minus far southeastern parts of the area. Maybe a little less confident that the storms make it all the way down to the southeast corner. But these storms begin to form, I would say, right about 2, 3 o'clock onwards. Continuing until a few hours after sunset before we lose our instability. Really, the biggest threat today is going to be those damaging wind gusts. Could be even 70 miles an hour or higher, especially in this orange enhanced highlighted area with that highest potential. Fortunately, not looking at much or of any in the way of hail threat, and a tornado threat is very little to none. Could be some locally heavy rainfall as well as significant cloud to ground lightning. Let me share, give me just a moment. I'm going to share the simulated radar for this afternoon. Okay, so I started us here right about 1 o'clock this afternoon. Probably not much going on by that time, maybe a isolated storm somewhere to our west or northwest. Really, once we get to, I will fast forward to right about that 2, 3 o'clock window, at least this model and other models as well have started to show the scattered storms developing. Again, maybe initially across western or northern portions of the area, and then gradually making their way through the area as we head into the afternoon hours. As I forward in time, about 5 o'clock, and you can see it's especially this model especially focused on the roughly the northern half of the forecast area, maybe a little less chances as you get down into Hampton Roads and especially south side Hampton Roads during the afternoon hours. Um, then just the threat lingers with us through the evening, uh, probably shifting a little more to our north and northeast during the evening hours. This is 7 o'clock, but still could be some lingering activity even into the beyond the sunset time tonight. So just still dealing with that scattered, isolated chance into the evening hours as well. We'll bring if we get a storm, obviously bring a little bit of a local relief to the heat, but we'll be dealing with the storm impacts as well. Let me go back to the slideshow here. Okay, so again, really that the wind threat is our main threat for today, and you can see the purple colors again. The highest threat really northern parts of the forecast area where that 70 plus even potential is the highest, and not expecting severe hail or tornado activity today. As for tomorrow, another severe risk, again, mainly the northern half of the forecast area, the yellow color, the slight risk, pretty much Richmond and north for tomorrow. Um, Similar to today, just scattered afternoon storms developing once again, with that threat for gusty winds, being the main threat once again, and very similar timing, 2 p.m. to roughly 10 p.m. for tomorrow as well. And again, like today, the wind threat is the main potential, with hail and tornadoes being limited of the threats. And going back into the heat as well, I just wanted to, of course, show everyone that the extreme heat warning remains in effect pretty much area wide, minus just some of the beaches here. Very similar to what we saw yesterday. Heat index values right around 110 or higher during the peak of the afternoon heating outside of any storms. And I guess luckily the heat begins to diminish slightly tomorrow, and especially as we get into early next week. But tomorrow, I think we will have to contend with at least maybe another round of heat advisories area wide, with uh, the heat index values approaching 105 again. And here is broken down by day. This should be today, Sunday, Monday. But for today, again, right around very similar to yesterday, heat index 110 plus, and then tomorrow, but roughly 105, maybe, probably staying just below the 110 threshold. And just breaking down some of the timing and just some of the selected locations around the area. Um, Again, right around 3 p.m. Peak heating, 110 heat index is pretty much area wide this afternoon. As your wet bulb global temperature as well, we're right up into the extreme category today, and right around 90 degrees for much, if not all, of the area at peak heating this afternoon. For the shower and storm timing, again, roughly after 3 p.m. until about 9-ish, 10 p.m. ish is your highest window for shower and storm chances. Any rain is going to be very localized and dependent on where these storms set up. Could be some very heavy rain in certain locations, and other places get nothing. Just the nature of the storms in this time of year. And again, very similar for tomorrow, with scattered storms during the afternoon hours. Some places may see nothing, and some may see a very decent amount of rainfall in short periods of time. And finally, Monday is when the rain becomes maybe a little more widespread, and we'll have more details about that on future briefings. But maybe a little more widespread thunderstorm and rain activity throughout the day on Monday as well, area wide. And finally, just looking ahead, past the weekend, we do see temperatures begin to cool down, at least closer to what you'd expect for early July, and not the extreme heat by Monday and beyond, before maybe another warm up by later next week into the weekend. Rip current wise, if you're going to the beaches, not much to talk about. Low rip currents should continue through the weekend into early next week. And finally, on the marine side, really not much to talk about either. Small craft conditions continue throughout the weekend, with primarily south to southeast winds prevailing throughout the weekend into early next week. And that is all I have for the briefing. If you have any questions, feel free to type them in the chat box, and I can answer them. We can talk about them. Otherwise, have a safe and happy holiday. We'll hold one more briefing tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. as well. Thank you.